Hi, my name is Natalie Fine. I'm a counselor at the Community College of Philadelphia, and today I will be talking about careers for people who consider themselves to be empaths. Now, the definition of an empath. The trademark of an empath is feeling and absorbing other people's emotions and or physical symptoms because of their high sensitivities. Empaths tend to feel their feelings more intensely, and they're often criticized and misunderstood by some, but the empath is a superpower. The traits of an empath. Empaths are highly sensitive. They absorb other people's emotions. Many empaths are introverted. Empaths are highly intuitive. Empaths need time alone. Empaths can become overwhelmed in intimate relationships. Empaths are often targets for energy vampires. Empaths become replenished in nature. Empaths have highly tuned senses. Empaths have huge hearts, but sometimes they give too much. And empaths will change the world for the better. Now, my working definition of an empath is someone who's in touch with their and other people's emotions, who want to help people as a career or as part of their everyday life. It's a way for me to characterize students who want to help people so that you can see the many possibilities that will allow you to use your empathic gifts to help people. And it is a gift, the gift of empathy. Now, empathy is the ability to recognize, understand, and share the thoughts and feelings of another person, animal, or fictional character. Developing empathy is crucial for establishing relationships and behaving compassionately. It involves experiencing another person's point of view rather than just one's own, and it enables pro-social or helping behaviors that come from within rather than being forced. It is important because it helps us understand how others are feeling so we can respond appropriately to the situation. And research shows that greater empathy leads to more helping behavior. Now, what are some typical majors for empaths? Really anything, but the most common tracks are behavioral health and human services, education, social and behavioral sciences, nursing and allied health majors, psychology, addiction and recovery, human services leadership, but really any major you can wind up in a career where you're making the world a better place. Now, what should you major in? It really depends on your long-term goals. Some careers have very specific educational path and requirements, and if you are unsure, choose a broad major like liberal arts or liberal arts social sciences option, and choose a school with a lot of options. Now, often we see being an empath or being sensitive as a negative, but it really is a superpower. It is a gift. Alanis Morissette, the singer, says being a sensitive empath is a beautiful thing as an artist. Now, as you can see, there are many possible careers for people who want to use their empathetic skills for good. There's addictions counselor, applied behavioral analysis, art therapy, case manager, child and family advocate, clinical psychologist, child welfare, clergy, community advocate, community outreach, counselor, court liaison, crisis intervention, diversity and inclusion specialist, education, employee assistance program counselor, gerontology, healthcare educator, hospice care, human services, labor relation, law or mediator, librarian, marriage and family therapist, mental health counselor, music therapist, nonprofits, recreation therapy, rehabilitation counselor, parole or probation officer, psychologist, psychiatrist, social work, substance abuse counselors, therapists, veteran affairs, vocational rehabilitation counselor, and many more. Now, there are many There's some important differences between social work and counseling and psychology, and we're going to spend a few moments going over that. These are the fields you think of most when you think of using your empathy skills. Counselors typically focus on helping families and individuals with a specific set of problems, particularly patients with mental health disorders. Specialties include school counseling, marriage and family therapy, rehabilitation counseling, vocational or career counseling, clinical mental health counseling, and substance abuse counseling. Social workers work on providing a wider range of services in the context of social service systems. A career in social work, on the other hand, can be much broader. Social workers can pursue jobs in clinical settings, government organizations, social administration, public policy, research, and ethics, as well as schools. Social workers focus on finding solutions to systemic problems, as well as helping smaller communities that are affected by these problems. Psychologists assist families and individuals by observing behavior and applying theories that they feel will best help those families. Typically, psychologists also have a more extensive research based background. All of the above can counsel and become licensed therapists. The difference is the setting, population, type of counseling, and depending on the state, licensing requirements and eligibility for medical insurance reimbursement. Just some of the possible employers: adoption and childcare agencies, college or universities, mental health systems, correctional systems, schools, substance abuse clinics, hospitals, labor unions, employee assistance programs, youth and family services, Department of Human Services, civil rights commissions, Veterans Affairs, crime victim assistance program, police departments, charities, child welfare organizations, Social Security Administration, Office on Unemployment and Compensation, and many more. Now, there are similar admissions requirements for Masters in Social Worker Counseling. Both require between a 2.75 and a 3.0 GPA. The preferred undergraduate degree is psychology, education, sociology, behavioral, or social work. Now, those with a bachelor's in social work might be able to receive advanced standing into an MSW program, a Master's of Social Work, which will mean less time to earn a master's degree and to command a higher salary. Now, master's degrees are necessary for both to advance. There are many social work specialties: social workers in administration, policy, and research, child and family and school social workers, community social workers, child welfare, criminal justice social workers, gerontological social workers, medical and hospital social workers, mental health and substance abuse social workers, military and veteran social work, palliative and hospice social work, psychiatric social workers, and school social workers. Now, it is important to know that unfortunately, school social work positions are a little scarce because each school might only have one social worker, or multiple schools might share just one social worker. Now, for counseling specialties, there's addictions counseling, career counseling, clinical mental health counseling, clinical rehabilitation counseling, marriage, couple, and family counseling, rehabilitation counseling, school counseling, student affairs and college counseling, community counseling, and gerontological counseling are some of your most common counseling specialties. Now, often students get confused the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist. Psychiatrists are medical doctors, psychologists are not. Psychiatrists prescribe medication, psychologists cannot. Psychiatrists diagnose illness, manage treatment, and provide a range for therapies for complex and serious mental illness. Psychologists can also diagnose, but they focus on providing psychotherapy, which is also known as talk therapy, to help patients. Both psychiatrists and psychologists understand how the brain works, our emotions, feelings, and thoughts. Psychiatrists attend medical school and become medical doctors before doing specialist training in mental health. Because they are doctors, psychiatrists understand the link between mental and physical problems. They can also prescribe medications. Psychiatrists operate according to the medical model. Now, things to consider. Empaths feel very deeply. It's important to develop coping strategies so you don't take on too much pain from others and or burnout. Ask yourself, how much time are you willing or able to dedicate to schooling? You can use your empathy skills in any career in or out of your work life, and you can make the world a better place regardless of your career. Work life balance is important. You can't help others if you don't take care of yourself, and it's important to set boundaries between work and you and your family and friends, because you can often take on people's emotions for the good and the bad. Now, if you want to do a little bit more research, here's some professional organizations with great information. There's a National Board of Certified Counselors. There's the National Association of Social Workers. There's a National Association of Social Workers for Pennsylvania. There's a National Association of Addiction Treatment Providers. There's Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services, SAMHSA.gov. There's the American Counseling Association, the Pennsylvania Counseling Association, the American Psychological Association, the National Alliance on Mental Health, and the Pennsylvania Psychological Association. Now, the projected growth areas for this field are child and adolescent psychiatrists, psychologists, social workers, specifically in rehabilitation, hospice, mental health, veteran affairs, healthcare, child welfare, and geriatric, marriage and family therapists, substance abuse, mental health counselors, school counselors, and psychiatric nurses. Now, you may want to check out the following websites or information. There's a University of Pennsylvania positive psychology. That's the birthplace of the positive psychology movement. You'll be able to read articles by Martin Seligman, Angela Duckworth. There's also the Beck Institute, which is a home of cognitive behavioral therapy and recovery. There's the Temple University School of Social Work continuing education. There's also Healthy Minds Philadelphia, which offers a free mental first aid program. Now, things you can do to prepare for your helping career. Knowing another language is a huge advantage. Research, do job shadowing and informational interviews, do internships, volunteer, anything so you can learn more about the field. Now at CCP, our Career Connections Department offers individual appointments and weekly walk-in hours. They also offer assistance with resume, cover letter, and career information. They offer online workshops, job fairs, and special programs on job search issues. They also offer online services for resume postings and job search. They help you with mock interviews for interview practice and critique. They have on-campus recruitment events with local employers. They have a dedicated computer lab for work on your resume, cover letters, and job search. They also have access to online resources for career research, and they do offer regional center visits for career and job search assistance. Now, I just want to leave you with one quote from Alfred Adler, the founder of individual psychology. Empathy is seeing with the eyes of another, listening with the ears of another, and feeling with the heart of another. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, please email counseling@ccp.edu.